Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to discuss how we can create a negative rule and what are the best practices when it comes to creating negative rules in Scale Insights. So let's go ahead and part this, make this a bit smaller, park it here. First of all, you need to go into automations. Now go into negative rules and click on the negative rule. So in here, you need to, there are a few rules that are already provided by Scale Insights and the few that I have already created. But let's say we are creating one new rule. So a few will be provided to you by Scale Insights that you can also utilize. But let's say you are creating a new rule. You'll click on create a new rule. And first of all, you need to upload a criteria. Let's say we don't have that criteria, whatever you want. And first of all, you will click on create a criteria. You will name it. Let's say we want to name it this. Then type in the product name. We can say garlic press. Then type the SKU as well. For example, right now I'm writing STSP as the SKU, and you can also write the criteria, whatever it is. For example, right now we are saying that if there are more than 25, greater than 25 clicks, and there are 0 sales, then negate it. So this is the criteria: 25 clicks, 0 sales. So what we will do is that at least 25 clicks and at most 0 orders. So this is the criteria that we have defined at Catalyst and Garlic Press. We have created this. Let's click on create. So this has created the criteria for us. And now we can go into the rule creation and we can create a new rule. Similarly, let's type the same. Usually I like to keep the name of the criteria and the rule same, but you can definitely keep the SKU name, whatever you want the rule to be. But usually the best practice is that you create the rule and a corresponding criteria for it as well. For example, if you utilize multiple criteria in one criteria in multiple rules, so when you update the criteria for one rule, the other rule also gets separated. So that is why it's common to create a suitable criteria every time you create a new rule, so that whenever you make changes to a single rule, it doesn't impact the other rules. STSB and then garlic press. And then what we'll do is that we'll write the same 25. We can type in the name as well. I clicks. This is the rule name. Then greater than 25 clicks and 0 sales. From here, I'll select the rule that we have created, this one. And now when it comes to search term source, there are 3 to 4 options. You can select it as async search terms level. For what happens in async search term level is that you selected a search term, and Scale Insights will accumulate all the search terms that are appearing in multiple campaigns. Let's say there are 25 campaigns that are triggering that search term for that async. So for that particular async, if all of those campaigns combined create 25 clicks, then it will be negated in the campaign where you have applied this rule. All right. So let's say if there are 3 campaigns where a search term has triggered this rule, then and this rule is applied to all 3 campaigns, and that async is also present in those 3 campaigns. So now the criteria has been completed. The async search term at async search term level, the 25 clicks have arrived, no sales have occurred. So it will trigger the response is that it will create a negative search term on all the campaigns where this automation has been applied. Similarly, you can create campaign level. It will only aggregate search terms from in one campaign where it is applied. Then you can select auto campaign. It will aggregate all the search terms from all auto campaigns. If you click add group, then you will apply it on the campaign level at ad group level, and it will aggregate the data from only that ad group. And if there are, let's say, garlic press with 3 ad groups, phrase, broad, and exact, and you applied the rule just on the broad ad group, then it will aggregate search terms on that one ad group only. So this is the major difference between search term source, and it is usually recommended that you select ad group, because a lot of time what happens is that let's say you applied this automation on an auto campaign, and then some other tools are also some other campaigns are also arriving at those search terms with a different CPC. So an entirely different CPC is affecting this rule as well. So it is better if you create rules on ad group level, at least at the start, and when you have good understanding of negative rules, then you can go ahead and start creating at ASIN search term level as well. But I'll recommend that you start with ad group search term source, and then move forward with it. Here you can select, you want the negatives to be keyword only, ASIN only, or you can select keyword and ASIN both. Here we can select keyword and ASIN both. Then do you want it to be added to add blacklist or ignore whitelist or not? In case we were, let's say, doing 100 clicks and 0 sales, at that point we can add to blacklist, check it. But right now the 25 clicks is not a very good threshold to say that we are going to put it in blacklist, because a lot of times search terms cannot perform for the first 25 clicks, and sometimes it can also happen that one of the main search terms or very relevant search terms also get negated through these rules. So make sure that if you are adding it to the blacklist, that threshold is particularly very high. So at this point we won't do it blacklist. In negative, if you want, usually the recommended is that you do negative exact, because negative phrase can be a bit broad. So this was it. You need to hit create, and your rule will appear in the, if you come here, your rule will appear in. So in the upcoming videos, we'll discuss how to create these other type of rules, and then we'll go into strategic objectives, what are strategic objectives, and how we can complement, how we put different rules inside a strategic objective, and what are different type of strategic objectives. All of this will be covered in the upcoming videos. Thank you for